One image froze him in his tracks. It was him, standing on the tracks earlier that night, flashlight in hand. A voice crackled over the intercom, low and distorted. Next stop, the Lost. The train shuddered, and the lights dimmed. From the shadows at the far end of the car, figures began to emerge. They moved slowly, their faces obscured, their forms flickering like static on an old television. Max backed away, but the figures grew closer, their whispers filling the air. "Stay with us," they murmured. "You belong here." Max turned and ran, throwing open the door to the next car. This one was different. The seats were occupied by passengers. At least, that's what they appeared to be at first. As he passed, Max realized they weren't alive. Their eyes were glassy, their faces frozen in expressions of terror. Some had skeletal hands gripping the armrests, others wore clothing decades out of fashion. Max tried to open the next door, but it wouldn't budge. The whispers grew louder, the shadows closing in. He pounded on the door, shouting until the glass behind him reflected his pursuers, dozens of pale, lifeless faces staring at him. With a final desperate push, the door gave way, and Max tumbled out, onto the cold, damp tracks. The silent train vanished into the mist, leaving him alone in the stillness. Max returned to town, but things were never the same. The faces he'd seen haunted his dreams, and every mirror he passed seemed to hold flickering shadows just out of sight. A year later, on the same night, the whistle blew again. This time, Max wasn't seen again. But some swear they've spotted him on the train, his face pressed against the glass, staring out as it speeds into the fog.